Hey, welcome to the new Ford F-150 Lightning. Hey, let's take a look at the front. You can plug in about anything you want into this vehicle, including another electric vehicle. The interior space of this vehicle is massive, with plenty of room for 5 adults. Fold this down to create a mobile interior workspace. There's more power in the back. And underseat storage. There's more power in the bed of the truck, including a generator plug that you can use to plug in another electric vehicle. The tailgate includes a step to help you get into the back of the bed. For the first time in any F-150 truck is a rear independent suspension on every Lightning. Hey! Welcome to the new Ford F-150 Lightning. We just got this truck from the dealership. We're kind of amazed that we were able to get one. For those of you who've been watching my videos, you know our first original electric vehicle was the Ford Mustang Mach-E, which I thought was an amazing vehicle. Never had a problem with it, never had an issue. Only had it in for the 10,000 mile service where they only rotated the tires. Never had a problem with it, and it drove like a dream. And we were looking to get a second vehicle, and the Ford F-150 Lightning was our first pick. But the story how we got here is kind of interesting, because as some of you know already, if you're trying to order a Ford F-150 Lightning, you know, it might take you a year and a half before you receive one. Your best bet at this point is find one on the secondary market from a dealer that happens to have one. But it's hard to just order one and get one. I think there are people who've been waiting for months and months and months and months, and they're still not quite sure how they're going to get one. I looked into it. I'll tell you about that in just a second. Well, the first thing you're going to notice about driving the F-150 Lightning is how quiet it is. I feel like when you're driving the normal F-150s, I mean, just when you're sitting in park and it's idling, that's even way louder than this vehicle is. They've really done a great job on the cabin of this vehicle. It's very, very quiet when you're driving. Let me try and be quiet here, see if you can hear anything. I think a lot of that noise you're hearing there is just the tires and the road as I drive through my neighborhood here. So very smooth ride. It's very comfortable when you're driving this truck down the road. Very smooth, very nice. And I'm gonna do my standard drive here. Try and keep the sun out of your eyes. So yeah, so this is a smooth ride. These roads are decent, not really many potholes here, but this truck seems to handle anything that I've given it. I haven't taken it off-roading. I'm not sure that I will either, but for a daily driver, you almost forget you're driving a truck. I do that all the time. Other than sitting higher than a normal car, you know, this is about a big SUV size vehicle. You forget that you're driving a pickup truck because it's so nice and smooth and quiet. It is fast. On this trip, might take you down the highway a little bit and show you how fast this thing can go. It's really effortless. This vehicle has an independent rear suspension. If I'm remembering correctly, this is the first Ford pickup truck that has a rear independent suspension, so it just really makes the ride smooth and enjoyable. It's not like a normal pickup truck where, you know, sometimes you turn a corner, you might hit a hole, you can actually feel the truck bed end slide out from under you a little bit. You could hear it bouncing around back there. That you just don't get any of that with this vehicle when you're driving it. Very smooth, very nice ride. Not too many of these around, so you do get some stares. I'm going to say most people, for the most part, can't tell the difference between this truck and a normal F-150, even though it's got the big light bar on the front that's very, very noticeable. I don't think people are out there looking out for this vehicle, but the ones that do notice, they love looking at this vehicle going down the road. And that's kind of one thing I liked when I had the Mustang Mach-E when it first came out, is everyone stared at that vehicle because it just looked like a concept car for the longest time driving down the road. Listen to that. That's a really loud truck. You can completely hear that thing going down the road. But this vehicle, pretty darn quiet. You almost can hear everyone else but yourself. It almost feels like the vehicle's off. So, little construction here going on, little sewer work. But yeah, so no problems driving this thing down the road. It's even better that it doesn't take any gas when you're going down the road as well. I love passing these gas stations, and gas is a little better than it was over the summer, but you know, I feel like a normal F-150 gets about 18, 19 miles to the gallon with a 24-gallon gas tank. Gas is $3 a gallon, well, $3.20 a gallon. You're saving quite a bit in gas when you're using this thing. Oh, little illegal U-turn there. Be careful. So yeah, we're just in my morning drive, getting a little breakfast in the F-150 Lightning. I do miss going to gas stations though. When you're on the road, on the highway, you just need a quick bio break. It's awesome being able to stop at a gas station, get a snack, get a drink, run out to the car. I find most of the Electrify America stations that I go to are in Walmart parking lots. So yeah, you can run into Walmart and do all that, and by the time you come out, the car's charged and you're on your way. But yeah, I literally miss going to gas stations. It's kind of a passage of going on road trips. The good thing is when we are in our other vehicle, our Tesla Model Y, some of the superchargers that are in our area are at actual gas stations, so that it's good when we're doing that. But it's good to get both experiences with both types of vehicles, and hopefully Tesla's going to open up their supercharging network pretty soon. There is a $7.5 billion incentive out there for people who create charging networks, and I think if Tesla opens up theirs, they're eligible to see some of that. So I'd like to see them open theirs up to fast charging for other vehicles. I have a feeling the Tesla drivers aren't going to like that a whole lot. I know in some areas of the country those superchargers are packed full. I just feel like in the Midwest we're kind of lucky in that there are superchargers and they're not that busy when we go in the vehicle. So I'm sure as you get, you know, further to the East Coast, further to the West Coast, they get a little more crowded. But yeah, that's all right. We haven't had an issue. We charge at home most of the time. I trickle charge this thing. I plug it into a 110, which is absolutely horrible. It takes days to charge this thing, but I work from home, so it just stays plugged in all day long on a 110, hardly using any power. My solar panels hardly even notice that it's plugged in. We do have a 50 amp 240 volt charger in the garage as well, but it doesn't quite reach where we park the truck at. So that's what we use for the Tesla. I'm sure in a pinch, if we need to plug it in, I can plug the car into the truck into the other charger. But it seems that the trickle charger actually seems to be able to keep up, since it literally is charging most of the day, all night. You know, and has plenty of charge when I need it. There's been a time or two we've been going on little trips. I needed a little faster charge, so I ended up plugging it into the other one, and you know, it charges, you know, pretty much overnight to where you want it to go. I'm going to stop here for a little breakfast, and then we'll see you on the other side. All right. So got through the drive-through. Heading back home for my morning commute. Which is funny because I work from home, so my morning commute consists of driving to McDonald's and getting a sandwich and going back home. All right. this truck can pin you into the back of the seat if you let it. It's just way too fast. I don't want them to take any power away, but you know, I really feel like for a pickup truck, for just driving around town, for what you want it to do, you want that power to be there when you need it, when you're towing and doing other things. But this thing is just way faster than anything you've experienced if you haven't driven electric vehicles. I'm going to tell you, it's for sure faster than the Mustang Mach-E Premium. I'm going to say it's probably faster than our Model Y long range all-wheel drive version. And I will tell you for sure, it is a much smoother ride than the Tesla. And for those of you who've driven Teslas, you know the Model Y is kind of a rough ride compared to what you're used to. And this thing is night and day difference on how comfortable this is. There's just actually no comparison between that vehicle and this vehicle on ride smoothness. I'd say they're not even in the same category. I'm not speaking to other Teslas out there. The Model Y and the Model S are the only two vehicles that I've ridden in, and it's been long enough that I've ridden in the Model S that I just actually couldn't give you an honest opinion if it's smoother than that. But for sure smoother than the Model Y. And the Model Y had an upgrade in 2023 with more comfort suspension package, and it's still a bumpy ride going down the road compared to this. And I'm going with traffic. I'm going a little over the speed limit. It's easy to do that in this vehicle. But yeah, this thing's great. Make a quick exit here. And love passing gas stations and driving by them. 339 there. Yeah, we get a double bonus driving this vehicle because we do have solar panels. We now have 2 electric vehicles, so I literally have not received an electric bill yet with us charging both vehicles. It without a doubt is going to be higher because we're coming out of winter and there's not a whole lot of sun and heading into spring. December, January, and February are probably our worst months of the year as far as solar production. But we have plenty of months where we use only solar power and don't use any power from the grid as well. But it's back and forth. You need the power companies, you need the grid. The sun's not out every single day, but when it is 3/4 of the time, you take advantage of it. So I'm sure there will be months where it won't cost us anything to charge up our vehicles, and there are going to be some months where it costs a little bit more. I might put up some details with our ChargePoint app because that's the charger we have at home. You know, if we're charging this thing up, we usually charge when they get down to about 30%, and we charge up to 80%. It's like $6, and it's like a half a tank of energy, quote unquote gas. There you can see the house with solar panels on it. So yeah, so it's a great thing to have solar panels and electric vehicles, battery backup in your home. It's just a move towards electrification. But, you know, I'm not an idiot. I know we will need the power companies. I'm not here to put power companies out of business. Trust me. You know, we actually, our utility bill, you know, in the winter is high. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay in the winter when there's no sun. If we have I think our highest bill is about $450 for a house that's about, let's say 5,500 square feet. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with paying for gas, natural gas. I'm okay with paying for the power companies' electricity. It's not one or the other. It's not how it works. Unfortunately, I feel like that's the way a lot of people, you know, do their arguments. It's like one's way better than the other when we actually need both. So yeah, I'll send a check to the power company in the winter and a smaller check in the summer, and it's a great thing. We need to do that. So yeah, so ultimately this F-150, will make some more videos on it. You know, I'm crazy about car detailing. I'm sure we'll have some detailing videos on this. It's really dirty right now anyway, just because of all the rain that we've had and the snow. We'll do some videos on the Tesla as well. Again, I'm not picking favorites. You know, they're two totally different cars. I'm going to say, you know, the Fords have it on the ride, the comfort. The Teslas have it on the technology and the supercharging. But really, it's not an all or nothing thing. So I know there's some Tesla owners out there going, why would you ever own anything other than Tesla? You know, because you can. I mean, and I think if you even listen to Elon Musk talk about, he loves competition. He loves it when other car companies innovate and make good cars. That just makes it great for everyone. I think the electric car market is only 6 or 8% of the total car market, which isn't anything. Just think about when it becomes, if it even just goes 10% or 12% of the total car market, it's just a win-win for everybody. It's just more business for anyone. So that's my soapbox. I'm going to quit talking about that. But I give this F-150 Lightning a thumbs up. We'll do a separate video on the Model Y. We'll concentrate on it. But definitely, if you need a truck and you're not like really towing every day, there's a lot of power loss when you're towing in this vehicle. I'm not towing trailers or anything. This is a daily driver for me, and it just has a lot of space for when we need it, and that's why we have it. So it's perfect for our situation. But if it works for you, I'm gonna kind of give you this recommendation. It's probably a vehicle that you should actually look at. This is the XLT trim. The MSRP on the 2022 MSRP trim was about $57,000 without the extended range battery, which I just didn't need in this case. I think if you add the battery, it adds quite a bit to the cost of the vehicle. I think some people get it out of a comfort level. They just feel like they need the battery, but this is my second vehicle. I've driven to Florida. I've been all over the place in my other electric vehicle. Never had a problem charging or getting anywhere. I don't suspect it would be any problem getting anywhere in this vehicle. It still has plenty of range to get between charging stops. A lot of the ones that I go to, the most you're going to drive between stops is about 130 miles, and this has plenty of range to handle that. We're going to put that to the test because baseball season's coming, and there are a couple of games that we have that are out of town, in Indianapolis, in St. Louis. So we'll film those when that time comes. But yeah, it's a great vehicle. Look forward to making more videos for you guys. Just hit the subscribe button if you're interested in seeing more videos on the Model Y or the Ford F-150 Lightning. But just know that I'm a car enthusiast, but not a serious car reviewer. So I'm going to kind of look at this from a point of view of how does a family use this vehicle? How does a family use the other vehicle? Does it work well for us? Can people switch from gas cars to electric cars easily? You know, we're not going to hide any opinions. I don't get paid for you know, any of these videos that I make. I don't have sponsors or anything like that. But it's just honest opinions about using these vehicles and if they're the right vehicle for you. Other than that, you guys have a great day.